Hello, I'm going to show you around the UKSH medical campus of the University of Kiel in Germany, also known as CAU. This is Schwaneweg bus stop outside the UKSH medical campus. The stop on this side of the road goes towards Central Station and the city centre. At the corner of the road is a private dormitory. This is the entry to the campus from Schwaneweg, and on the left-hand side is the old botanical garden. There is also a new botanical garden on the main campus. This road is a single-lane two-way road, and I find it a bit weird because there is a working hospital on this campus, and it means that both cars going in and out, including ambulances, have to share the same lane. And this results in many traffic jams because on the right-hand side are private residences and garages, so often you'll have small traffic jams while the traffic waits for a car from the opposite direction or going in or out from a driveway to move out of the way, which is really not good for emergency cases. Continuing down this path from the bus stop, you get to a parking lot and the bioinformatics building on your right-hand side. And on the left-hand side are some stairs to the pathology building, which I will show you later. If you keep walking, you get to a fork in the road outside the German Red Cross. That white building there is the German Red Cross. From the fork in the road, you can either turn left and go uphill to get to the hospital and turn left again to get to the pathology building. Or you can keep walking forwards towards that red building there, which is an office building for staff, but we have some classes in the staff meeting room there called the IEM seminar room. As you can see, on either side of the road are admin or clinic buildings, and that there is a clinic. And on this side of the road is the hospital and some lecture rooms. My in-person classes started in winter, and lunch is made very difficult because apart from the terrible timetabling that sees us have very generous 15 to 45 minute breaks between massive blocks of monotonous classes, and I'm talking more than 2.5 hours at a time. There are no places to buy food nearby or even a place to sit and eat your lunch indoors. There is one cafe on the campus, but it is about a 15-minute walk away one way, which is hardly feasible when your breaks are 15 to 30 minutes long. If you keep walking up the path, you get to this building where the IEM seminar room is. Again, around it are private apartments and another clinic. This is the IEM seminar room building, or building U25. Half of our classes are here. The IEM seminar room is actually a large meeting room inside this office building. And as you can see, there are no shops, cafes, or restaurants around it, and nowhere to sit to have lunch indoors, which is really bad in winter because it snows here. Now, someone asked me if there are microwaves, and the answer is no. I was told that this building has a kitchenette with hot water and a microwave, but students are not allowed to use it. In fact, 2 out of 5 buildings that I have classes in, more depending on the classes you have, require either card access, or, since we students don't have such a card, someone to open the door for us about half an hour to a few minutes before or even after the scheduled start of each class. This means a few things. First, if you are late, you will need to message someone to open the door for you. That could be somebody in your class. Second, if you left something in the room, which did happen to a classmate once, good luck going back on the same day to get it. 3, it also means the majority of the time, you won't have a place to sit and eat your lunch because we are told to leave as soon as the class is over. Now, this could be due to COVID, but from my personal experience, it seems like that wasn't the case, rather due to the fact that the teacher is obligated to lock the door immediately after use. This is a little bit surprising to me because there aren't even any valuables worth stealing or indeed computers in the seminar room. We even had to bring our own computers just to make student presentations. A teacher once apologized to us that he had to kick us out into the cold because we were not allowed to stay after class ended early to eat our lunches. Fourth, if you have to use the bathroom in between classes or after class finishes or after you leave the building, you have to find a different building that does not have these special entry restrictions apart from COVID vaccination checks. This is the entry to building U25. As you can see, it is locked at the moment, so you can't go in. And those are the windows to the IEM seminar room on the second floor. Going back to the fork in the road outside the Red Cross and turn your left, if you walk uphill, you get to the hospital and the oncology classes and the pathology building. And here comes the clown doctors. After going uphill, on the left-hand side is building U30, where we have oncology lectures. This building requires card access, so someone opens the door for us before each lecture. However, sometimes random people will decide to close the door because apparently doors are supposed to stay shut and that's the way they should remain. Lectures are in an old surgical lecture room, so the seats are staggered and stacked very high, so the ceiling is also very high. And the main entrance to the lecture hall is unfortunately at the top of the seats, so requires one to climb 7 flights of stairs up from the building entry just to get to the lecture hall. There are lifts going to the bottom of the lecture hall from ground level, but students aren't technically allowed to use them, and there are still more stairs to climb inside the hall. Back outside, there are bicycle parking areas, and if you continue uphill and go left around the building and keep walking, you pass the hospital on the right and the ambulance parking in front. There are some park benches scattered around the campus, and while they might be okay during spring and summer, they are not ideal for winter. And in case you were wondering, yes, there is a cafeteria. It's called the Mensa, but it's about 2 kilometers or half an hour walk away or 20 minutes by bus. Continuing up this path takes you towards the pathology lecture hall. As I mentioned, there are some outdoor seating areas, but they are not nice during winter. So this is the pathology building, U33, where we have pathology lectures. This is the entry to the pathology building. If you take these stairs down, you can eventually get back to the Niederegger bus stop and the stairs that I showed you earlier. It's about 2 minutes down. That white building directly in front is the bioinformatics building. Back outside the bioinformatics building, that way is towards the center of the campus, and that way is towards the bus stop. Back at the fork in the road outside the Red Cross again, if you turn left, on the right-hand side is the Neuro Center. This is the back of the Neuro Center across the road from U33, where we have oncology lectures, and can only be accessed by car. We have classes here for oncology as well, and since we don't have a card, we need to go all the way up the driveway and around the building to get to the main entrance to get to our classes. Here it is. This is the main entrance to the neurocenter, and here's what it looks like around this area. There is a cafe about a few hundred meters away from this location, but otherwise all the buildings are admin buildings. The area is under construction, but there is a main road on this side of the campus and some more bus stops, and you can walk directly to the road, and it's about a 4-minute walk from the neurocenter building. And that's the end of the tour, guys. I hope you found this somewhat interesting, perhaps even more interesting than some of my classes.